Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be giving you a more in-depth tutorial of how I completed my watercolour cover page for November. The watercolour paper I'll be using is the Canson Aquarelle 300 GSM watercolour paper, and the watercolours I'll be using are my Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolours. All the products that I will be using will be linked below. The first thing I do is cut my watercolour paper to size, and the measurements I use are 13 centimetres by 18.5 centimetres. I took inspiration for this piece from a photograph I found on Pinterest. I've tried to find it again to link it below, but I can't seem to find it, typically. I'd also like to let everyone know that I have a digital download of this piece available in my Etsy shop, and I'll leave that link down below as well. So now that I've taped down my paper, I'm ready to get started with penciling in the basic outline of my painting. The reason I did this instead of going straight in with a paintbrush is because I'm not very experienced with watercolour. I didn't know how it was going to look or how I was going to get the watercolour to fade into the background. I really didn't know. I thought, if I just start with pencil, then you can't really go wrong. So that's what I did. And as soon as I finished the pencil, I was ready to start getting some colour down on the background. I decided to get a really light layer of colour down in the background, so that as I made my way to the front of the drawing, it wouldn't take away from the tree swing and the leaves in the foreground. I did this adding excess water to my watercolour and just kind of throwing it on the page. I wanted to get some tree shapes in the background, so I'm using a slightly darker shade of the watercolours just to make figures in the background so that they appear to look like trees. I start placing the leaves down really dark in each corner at the bottom, and I did this to try and give the whole painting a closed lens kind of vibe, so that the part of the middle would stand out more. And then I've slowly started getting lighter with the leaves at the bottom as I'm making my way into the centre. For the leaves on the branches that I've drawn, I wanted them to really stand out more than the leaves at the bottom. So to do this, I painted the leaves with a lot of water on my brush so that it left a bubble of water on the top of the paper. I'm then using a mix between tissue and a Q-tip, so a cotton bud, to take the excess water away, which left me with a dark outline around the outside of the leaf and a lighter centre, and I love the effect of this. I think it looks really cool. Again, as I'm filling in the leaves for the branches, I'm making sure that the outer leaves in the corners, in the top corners, are darker, just to aid that sort of lens effect in this drawing. For the tree swing, I waited for the background to dry completely, and then went in with a fine liner pen to draw the tree swing in. I figured that the fine liner would make it darker than the watercolour would if I tried to paint it in, and that's just to really make the tree swing stand out from the rest of the drawing. So this was my final result, and it's now sitting proudly in the front of my bullet journal on my November spread, and I'm really chuffed with it. I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these. So yeah, if you liked the video, then please subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.